Laufey posted a video with Alysa Liu, and the comment section completely exploded. An Olympic figure skating champion and one of music's most beloved rising stars side by side in matching retro outfits doing a full choreographed dance together, and nobody predicted this collaboration. Nobody saw it coming. Alysa showed up in a bright orange mini dress with knee-high brown boots, an orange headband, chunky bangles, and a white beaded necklace, fully committed to a 1960s mod aesthetic that is about as far from her usual baggy street style as possible. Laufey matched the energy in an all-white version of the same look: crocheted mini dress, white knee-high boots, white headband, white bangles, statement earrings. Together, they opened the video with a dance to PinkPantheress' Stateside, and the internet immediately did not know how to handle it. PinkPantheress herself jumped into the comments. The US figure skating account said they had everyone's attention. Alysa posted separately with "Madwoman, let's go," and Laufey's caption was just 3 words: "Welcome to the party," which somehow said everything. To really understand why this moment hit so hard, you have to go back to February and the Milan Winter Olympics, because this video did not come out of nowhere. It is the latest chapter in one of the most unexpected and genuinely heartwarming stories to emerge from those games. Alysa skated 2 routines at Milan that people are still talking about months later. The first was to Laufey's Promise, a soft yet emotional 2023 track that many outside of Laufey's existing fanbase had not heard before the Olympics broadcast brought it to millions of people simultaneously. The vulnerability in her movement during that performance, the way the music seemed to be coming through her rather than playing behind her, was the kind of figure skating that makes people who do not follow the sport stop scrolling and stare. And when it was over, Promise started climbing the charts as people who had never heard of Laufey searched her name and fell into her catalog.
A 20-year-old athlete handed a musician one of the most powerful, organic promotional moments of her career, and she did it purely through the sincerity of her competitive performance rather than through any promotional arrangement or coordinated marketing strategy. Then came the free skate. Alysa and her team chose Stateside by PinkPantheress and Zara Larsson, and she went further than simply skating to the song by pulling choreography directly from the music video and bringing it onto the Olympic ice in front of a global audience. The crowd responded, the moment circulated everywhere, and the artists behind the song responded too. Zara Larsson spoke about watching Alysa's performance and described being moved to actual tears, not polite celebrity-approved emotion, but the real thing, saying the more she watched it, the more it got to her. She said there was something about seeing someone do what they love with that level of joy and naturalness that felt genuinely inspiring, that it was really, really beautiful. And coming from someone who has spent years performing in front of massive crowds herself, that kind of reaction means something specific and verifiable. PinkPantheress was equally vocal about the chart boost Alysa gave Stateside, and the comment she left on the new dance video, just the word "okay," carries the specific energy of someone who has been rooting for this friendship since the moment it started and is watching it become exactly what she hoped it would. Because that is what this is, a real friendship, not a brand deal, not a calculated cross-promotion between management teams, but a genuine connection between 2 young women who found each other through music and movement and shared a moment in front of millions that neither of them had planned or orchestrated.
Laufey made that clear at one of her live shows when she brought Alysa out in front of the crowd and called her the best figure skater in the world. Then added the line that went everywhere: "Do you understand what this means for my 8-year-old figure skating heart? I was so bad, but she is so incredible." That was not a talking point or a prepared statement. It was a confession, a musician admitting her own childhood dreams out loud while standing next to the person who is actually living them. And that kind of honesty does not come from a public relations strategy. Alysa has been equally open about what these artists mean to her. She has spoken about how much both Laufey and PinkPantheress connect with her, not as background music or strategic playlist choices, but as artists whose work she felt deeply enough to carry on to the biggest stage in sports. When you are competing at the Olympic level with everything on the line in front of the entire world, you do not choose your music casually or diplomatically or for commercial reasons. You choose what lies inside you, what you can perform through rather than to, what you are willing to put your full self behind in the most scrutinized competitive moment of your career. Alysa chose these songs, and that choice sparked chart movements and emotional reactions from the artists themselves, and viral moments, and eventually a surprise dance video in matching 1960s outfits that broke the internet on a random day with zero advanced promotional buildup. The specific quality that makes all of this possible, the chart surge, the artist friendships, the dance video, the PinkPantheress comments, is the authenticity that Alysa brings to every single decision, the willingness to choose what she actually loves rather than what is strategically sensible.
The orange mini dress moment is worth examining on its own terms, because Alysa's fashion choices tell you something specific about who she is that goes beyond the obvious narrative of Olympic champion turned cultural figure. Anyone who follows her knows the orange mini dress is not her default. She has described her personal style as alternative, even masculine. Baggy clothes and piercings, and the eye-catching striped halos that each represent a year of her life. The kind of street style that makes people at events assume she is a snowboarder rather than an Olympic champion. She has said she takes that assumption as a compliment, that she loves throwing people off, and there is a real settled confidence in that. A person so clear about who they are that they find joy in subverting expectations rather than feeling pressure to meet them. Her style was shaped growing up surrounded by her 4 siblings, Selena, Julia, Joshua, and Justin, and she has talked about wearing her brother's jeans, swapping clothes with her sisters, absorbing 4 completely different aesthetics under one roof, where one sister leans emo and punk, another goes full basics, and the triplets somehow all dress completely differently from each other. Alysa sits somewhere in the middle of all of it, pulling influences from every direction and making something entirely her own. And she told Cosmopolitan that on the ice, things shift, that skating is where she leans into femininity, skirts and elegance and performance, while off the ice, she goes back to the baggy fits and street style that feels most like home. Which means the orange mini dress moment in the Laufey video is not a contradiction or a departure. It is Alysa doing exactly what she has always done, moving between versions of herself with total ease, owning every single one of them, and making the transition look completely natural, because for her, it is. The thread running through everything Alysa Liu does, on the ice at the Olympics, in the way she picks music she actually loves rather than music that is safe, in the friendship she has built with artists who feel the same kind of passion she does, in the dance video that dropped without warning, dressed in head-to-toe orange, standing next to Laufey, is a consistent and uncompromising authenticity. She is not building a brand in the conventional celebrity sense. She is not deploying calculated moments to optimize a public image. She is simply being completely herself across every environment and every platform. And the cultural results of that are stacking up in ways that no promotional strategy could have produced. Zara Larsson crying watching her skate is real. PinkPantheress commenting, "Okay," is real. Laufey confessing her 8-year-old figure skating heart on stage is real. And the dance video in matching retro outfits is real in the same way, unforced and unplanned, and more powerful for being both. The stateside chart surge was not manufactured. The Laufey catalog discovery was not a marketing activation, and the Laufey collab video did not emerge from a strategic partnership meeting. All of it cascaded from one athlete making genuine competitive choices about what she puts on the ice and what she shares with the world. That is the specific quality that makes Alysa Liu's post-Olympic cultural footprint so much larger and more durable than the typical Olympic champion crossover moment, which usually peaks with the medal ceremony broadcast and fades within a season. because what she is building is based on something real that keeps generating new moments, rather than a manufactured celebrity arc that exhausts itself. Alysa Liu has been building something quietly and authentically and completely on her own terms since she came back from retirement at 19 and claimed the world title as the first American woman to do so in nearly 2 decades. And moments like the Laufey dance video make it very clear that she is only just getting started on whatever comes next.